Last time, we were able to infiltrate the mega database of the ICA, enter into the cyber realm, and defeat the evil digital wizard Endophanera. Now, of course, I was able to take him out rather quickly, despite his incredible magical prowess, thanks to the enchanted battle axe that I was able to get through the death of Giga Kronstadt. However, as we all know, you cannot defeat only the digital realm's Providence. You also need to defeat Providence in the real life. Otherwise, they will just become more powerful than ever. And that's why we're back in the real world to, of course, continue on with the story here.
Now watch this.
So who's the Constant?
Constant's name is Arthur Edwards. He is shrouded in mystery due to the fact that he, you know, as one of the most powerful men in the world, was able to largely erase his identity from the face of the planet. In the same sort of way that through killing Endophanera, Hitman was also able to do the same thing. No trace of him exists online any longer, ICA database or otherwise.
Anyway.
So Endophanera was a real person that we killed in the last episode. Is that right?
He was a digital person. I wouldn't call him an AI because I believe he was still, you know, he had transcended like the terms such as that. But he had a mastery over like magic, but also the digital realm, which is why he was the head of Providence in cyberspace.
Yeah.
I see. Okay.
I guess.
It's like he is the most powerful man in the digital world because of his literal magical abilities.
No.
Okay. That makes sense.
And, you know, by doing the side quest where I was able to kill Kronstadt before he transformed Giga Kronstadt using the enchanted battle axe, I had that unlocked for future missions. Although using it here has now, you know, that's the one use I got.
Now, we agreed before we recorded this that we were going to...
We are not talking about things we did before we recorded this. Anyway... So now we're in Argentina, going to Mendoza, which is going back to a little bit more traditional type of thing rather than infiltrating cyberspace, for example.
We're just asking questions that we as novices would not, that I, being the representative of the novices, who don't really know what's happening around them, the kinds of questions that I would ask you.
Paid attention to any of the story thus far.
A video game expert. For example, who is the Hitman? What is he about? What does he like to do?
I'm sorry, after Endophanera died, I don't know. All knowledge of him was wiped from the universe, the in-game diegetic universe, and the actual one that I exist in.
Well, I mean, that would be like saying, you know, his existence is like saying that somebody existed, like Paul McCartney was in a band before he was in Wings or something.
I cannot deny that he is a real object. But, I mean, like, for example, despite the fact that clearly the Hitman is walking up to talk to his former handler right now, you'd think that would maybe trigger some more red flags for the guards here. But, well, here we are.
Well, I mean, he just blends right in. He's bald. He just doesn't need to worry about that. I mean...
All right, bald does give you a plus 100 to stealth.
Wait, why doesn't he just kill her right now? Like, they're
not
all
who I'm
alone.
killing. I'm sorry.
So we're
you
still
read
friends.
the situation so wrong.
Well, I mean, I'm...
Wait a second. Who is this? Why isn't he killing her? Why isn't he killing the one person who you could probably consider to be Hitman's friend throughout the entire series? I don't remember who this is, but she's a character in this, so surely the Hitman must have to kill her.
But I just thought that what I remember is that the Hitman kills people, and he doesn't have use for people who, you know, other people hurt and betray you, and so he's just got to take what he.
You are giving way more characterization to the Hitman than he has ever had.
Well, I'm just saying, like, you know, you got to burn them before they burn you. Is all I'm saying. It's basic.
Anyway, upper left corner, big in capital letters, do not eliminate Diana Burnwood, though I could really easily right now, but I won't.
Oh my god. That would be truly the end of an era right there.
I mean, well, it would be the end of the Hitman because, you know, he is kind of he kind of needs somebody to direct him around.
Well, you'd have to eliminate the bodyguards first, but the trick with that is that if you eliminate the bodyguards but then she would realize that you're going to kill her, so you would fail the mission. And
That doesn't. I mean, does anybody, when people die around them, suddenly get the? Well, actually, no, that is true. It's just we haven't seen that because Hitman as a master of disguise, evidenced here, like people do not know when other people die around them because it's silent assassin, and you've never actually seen what happens when like they do a lockdown for the target, which is a thing that exists in this game that has never come up because silent assassin.
Can I ask you? So you're doing the silent assassin thing. If you killed that TV anchor, would you still get silent assassin?
I would not. Well, first off, she would know that I'm killing her. I mean, there's too many people looking at me currently right now, but also it's like that she is not the target.
Yeah.
And it has to be only the target. I could knock her unconscious, but again, other people would see me doing that, and that would ruin the thing.
What if you killed the cameraman?
If I killed everybody, I mean, the problem is that they have 360-degree sight, facing each other like this.
Oh.
So I would have to like snipe them, and that would still ruin it because if somebody has clearly been assassinated, it has to be stealthier than that. Are there some sort of thing that could be plausibly considered an accident or like a poisoning or something like that? Something that is not obvious that it is like shooting somebody in the head is obvious. That is not, there's not like natural bullets flying through the atmosphere that occasionally lodge themselves in people's brains.
Can you kill everyone in the world and then so there's no one to say that you weren't a silent assassin?
This is absurd, by the way.
Oh, yes.
But yes, I mean, you can go and find on like YouTube entire videos of just like I stealthily killed every single person in Miami.
By the way, that's the guy that you're dressed as, right?
No, I mean it could be, but no, I mean, just.
Oh, okay.
He just happens to be a bald guy, so of course he blends in very well, but he's not here to be stealthy. Is the thing.
He's just here for his boss, yeah.
Well, he works for Don.
Yeah, the lawyer.
Yeah, he's here on business. And, as you do.
Business or pleasure? A little bit of both.
A little bit of both. My business is pleasure. I don't like the sound of that. Could you elaborate? Oh, I run a hotel company.
Yeah, I'm a hotelier, yeah.
We do hospitality.
Yes. Personally, I've got a saying, the business of business is business.
Yep. And I mean, as Jay-Z said, I'm a businessman.
Not a businessman?
No, I just said it. Don't make me repeat myself.
No, you're not. I'm saying, so you're not a businessman. You're actually like an incorporate business man, like, okay.
Yes, I was transformed into a sexy man that represents the existence of business in the world. If I were to die, all economics would disappear from the entire planet.
Interesting.
What? No, don't even.
Oh,
greater men than you have tried the same.
That's true. Yeah, like Eugene Debs.
Something weird.
Like, you don't even want to know what I did to Karl Marx. I killed him.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
With my bare hands.
Of course, that's how he died. Yeah, no, I thought he died of like old age. Or,
Don't you remember? Everybody always talks about how the embodiment of capitalism itself choked the life out of Karl Marx in the face of every other person on the planet.
Yeah, that's right. They always said like, oh,
globally
some
broadcast.
say he died of a broken heart that he wasn't able to finish the job.
That's because I punched through his chest and crushed it in my hands.
Yeah, so you physically are the manifestation of that. Oh, okay, well, that's it. I gotta say, that's an impressive kill. Like, you're almost up there with the Hitman.
Well, I mean, I think I'm an impressive gentleman. By the way, we are going to have to remove this part from the episode.
Ah.
I know, and also I will have to kill you if you tell anyone. But I'm sure you already surmised that.
Yeah.
Oh, also anyone you told, by the way, too. Which I can do, and I will do.
Oh, well, I have told... I only told you, though. Oh.
Oh, no. You got me. I owe you snaps neck.
I thought we agreed to do no bits on this episode, and it's like it looks like we're doing more bits than ever.
It's true.
Well,
it's like we didn't want another Endofinera, but well,
we literally already have one. We already have a
check the playlist, episode. True believers.
How can it be a playlist of unlisted?
Well, I mean, it's a listing of unlisted things. I feel like that's it doesn't really follow the letter of the law. I mean, it follows the letter of the law, but it doesn't really follow. Oh my God, that banana transformed into a woman.
Oh my God, that's a real glove of bananas. That's what I call a bunch of bananas. Sorry, that's confusing.
No, I want you to explain that one to me.
I've always heard that like a bunch of bananas was actually like a glove because it's kind of like there's fingers. Each banana is one finger, and then there's 4
it's
or
5.
I don't know. I don't think there's anything disgusting about gloves. That's just my opinion, though.
What does that have to do with whatever? Anyway,
I just lost track of it. Anyway, whatever.
So as always, I mean,
what's glove
sure I could just shoot this guy in the head, but why not go for the comedy kill?
Oh, wow.
I even did like the, oh no, sort of pose right before it happened.
This is such a silly game.
I love it. I love how silly this game is. Also, I didn't even make the connection that it's just like, yeah, his wife does really look like a banana here. Wait,
so did Don Yates kill his wife and that's why she was lying there? Or did we kill...
No, I put a banana on the ground.
Oh, she slipped on a banana
to step outside of the bit,
banana?
Everybody. I grabbed the banana as I was going through that office earlier on my way over to this house.
And then she
stepped out to smoke a cigarette and then tripped on it.
Did they intentionally give her a banana-colored dress?
I am fairly certain they did not. I mean, I don't know, maybe. Yellow, I always feel like is a bit gaudy of a color to wear. That's why I don't really, throw it on in my usual outfits. Me as a master of course, of fashion.
Yes, the fashionista.
That's me. The fashionista.
You said that like Charles Martinet is Mario.
That's a me. Oh, the fashionista Mario. Fashionistario.
Impresario.
Wahoo! Let's go. I would not consider Mario to be a particularly fashionable character. I mean, when have you seen somebody wear overalls? I mean, it's certainly a sturdy workman's pants, but not really the sort that you would think of as being high fashion in any way.
Yeah, I think Mario kind of pulls it off, though. Like, I mean, like,
I think Mario doesn't pull it off. The clothes pull off Mario. Because Mario is much more famous than his outfit.
A fancy fashion show where somebody's wearing like a really high class version of Mario's like suspenders.
I want you to tell me what a high class version of overalls are.
Well, I'm kind of picturing like it's just like it's a reimagined. It's a an elevated version of overalls. That's like it's just like lopsided on purpose, and it just like makes you think about the nature of.
Yeah, if you want to look like Li'l Abner, I guess. I don't know. I think you would have to like make them out of satin or something.
I was kind of that's what I was also thinking. Like you have like really advanced materials. Like instead of denim, it's actually just like that paint that they've put on fancy cars that changes colors based on the angle you're looking at it.
You are suggesting that the person. That whoever is modeling this go completely bottomless and just instead have body paint in the form of pants on.
No, I mean, it would be clothes, but it would have that kind of effect where it's kind of a 3-dimensional garment in just how you look at it. I don't know. These are not clothes that you're describing, by the way. Well, I mean, that's the point. Is like it's. And then the red, like the red top would be like studded with that. I don't know. What are we doing here? Okay,
I mean,
what are we
like
doing
the
with
studding
this
like what, a pasty in this case?
I don't know. I don't know. This is
I want to hear
something we're making up.
Like, do they at least like wear like a cup or something, or is the Wangus just out there swinging around, baby?
I don't know where you got the idea that this would be bottomless. I'm
because it's body paint.
I'm describing a fancy version of overalls, and you're like, like I'm saying, it's got paint that's like a fancy car paint, and it would be the the garment is painted that way.
So what,
It's
they're wearing
just
like a Klaus Nomi style big plastic suit?
I don't know. Maybe it's just like this is you can.
Is that too obscure of a reference?
That might be a little obscure for me. I'm not.
Just look up Klaus Nomi, and then you'll see what I'm talking about.
I can't because I've got a mechanical keyboard.
You can just use your phone. We all have phones.
Oh, I actually do have my phone. Okay, you may have won this
Anyway, in the
round.
meantime, I'm going to listen in on this conversation. Master of disguise.
This is kind of this is how we lose the time war.
This is how we lose it.
Kind of conversation.
Pow, pow.
This is how you lose the time war. Yeah, because you've got red against blue, and if you look in the hit screen, red is Olivia, and she's blue, and then the other one is in a blue dress. Tamara Vidal is in red because eliminate.
I think I'm starting to see how you confuse these characters at the beginning of the episode.
And Diana Burnwood because there's wood burning right behind. There's wood burning right behind her. I think that's that. I wonder if that's intentional. That almost feels intentional.
I specifically brought a torch down here to burn that wood. It would not normally be burning.
Oh, okay. But yeah, I mean, that's a metaphor for how important Hitman is in Diana's life. And in turn, how important Diana is to Hitman.
But I gave... Wow, that was surprising that I didn't get caught there. Whatever. Anyway. But I gave the torch to the actual people that are, preparing the meal.
Oh.
I set it down on the table, for verisimilitude.
So, do those name tags actually come in? By the way, like in the assassination, like you have.
Does the name John Doe come in the assassination?
I mean, obviously, like that one is like okay, just a random name, but I mean.
Actually, yes. There are one of them. I know Corvo Black is. That's Don Yates' fixer, and if I were to go downstairs, and I think I do a little bit later on. That you'll see him, and he will instantly recognize Hitman, even though he is, otherwise like just some guy to everybody else. So like the one back in Sapienza, the detective.
Now, why is that? Is that because like he's a lawyer with?
He's not a lawyer. He's a crooked cop who.
Oh, okay.
He's now a fixer. He kills people.
So the thing where he was the lawyer, that was just a con that he was pulling.
No, he works for the lawyer.
Oh, okay. I see, okay.
The person I was supposed to kill and the person that I did kill by comically dropping a 10-ton weight on his head was Don Archibald Yates. Corvo Black is his fixer, who's also here to try and look out for, well, me.
I see, and they'll recognize you. Okay, got it, yeah.
And they can see through the incredible...
Edible egg.
Yeah, there's the name. They can see through the incredible, field of glamour that I put over myself.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah, we're just gonna go start referring straight up. We're just gonna start using D&D the nomenclature for everything now. Why not?
Is the fixer bald also? Like, is that why they can
I think
recognize
so.
Hitman?
He's wearing a beret. We'll see him soon.
Okay.
So he might be.
Okay.
The point is, yeah, I could probably disguise myself as him. I would say so.
Do bald people have a fraternity where they recognize other bald people, but no one else can recognize them?
I mean, well, we've already seen, was that guy Aaron at the beginning of the episode didn't recognize me despite standing directly next to him. So I think that there's already been proof, even in this very episode, that is not true. Unfortunately. I mean, we all know that exists in real life, but, this... Obviously, we are talking about a more fantastic sort of universe here, where well, of course, Hitman as a level 4 master illusionist is able to cast glamour on himself at all points in time. It's just like a passive.
What is up with? Oh, Klaus Nomi seems like a really interesting person.
Oh yeah, no, I would recommend looking that up. I think that he collaborated with David Bowie famously, maybe.
That sounds right.
But yeah, you see the picture that I'm talking about with the big plastic suit.
Yeah.
Yeah, there he is, right there. So is he bald? Maybe. He's got facial hair, which would make him a bit more difficult to actually disguise myself as. But he's also very interested in looking at the winery right now, so you know.
We in the bald community do not recognize this fixer.
I don't know, man. Can you really consider yourself bald if you have that barcode on your head? That is some sort of head covering. We accept hats, but this is part of your head. It's been a big contentious opinion of the bald community if you wear a hat or not, if you're still considered to be bald.
Yeah, it was a mistake to send you that file. You sound exactly like Paul F. Tompkins.
I mean, I'm just saying that we need to consider the sort of exceptions if we're going to be able to be taken seriously as a group.
I understand. Yes.
I'm not just going to let anybody that has a receding hairline in.
Yeah, are ears considered bald?
I do not think that we can only allow Voldemorts into this society. It reflects poorly on us.
How about noses? Oh, okay. You kind of answered that. Yeah, never mind.
That falls under the Voldemort umbrella.
Yes, okay. That's kind of like a philosophical thing.
The Voldemort codicil.
Voldemort is the philosophical zombie of the baldness conversation. The baldness ontology conversation.
Like I said, it's an important, like you cannot be taken seriously as an organization if you haven't at least given a modicum of thought to this sort of thing.
If the only members that you let into the Baldness Society are like, you know, Gollum and Lord Voldemort, then you haven't come up with a coherent ontology for baldness.
I would be part of a club with Voldemort and Gollum in it. That club kicks ass.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool. Yeah. Bring in Dracula as an honorary member. I don't know how we keep coming back.
He's not really bald. I think it's very rare to have a bald representation of Dracula. That's more of like a Nosferatu type of thing, right?
He's more of balding, not really bald all the way.
I mean, he's got the peaked hair, but I don't even know if that's. Oh, I really got to stop doing this. Speaking of reflecting badly on people.
Tamara.
Whatever. Look, as long as I leave fast enough, then nobody will notice.
Just thinking about Tamara. All right, so did I need to say that? Did I need to say any of this?
Well, did we ever need to say anything? These are the sort of existential questions that keep us up at night.
Yeah.
And, you know, like, what would it be like to have sex with a glove?
Oh, of course. Yeah. Why would you bring that back now? Why would you bring that back? All right, so.
Anyway, I finished the mission fast enough so that body wasn't found because, you know, hey, baby, if you're across the finish line, then everything else stops existing, right? Solipsis Hitman.
Yes, it takes two to tango, and the rest of the universe before you started tangoing stops existing. That's the classic phrase.
And he never lets you forget.
And it's true.
He is cocky, and that will be his downfall.
But anyway, I do like this as a capper for the mission.
Meet me
at the Olive Garden at sunset.
One last tango.
I like that you've got other couples dancing. It's kind of like a nice moment. It feels like very much. Is this meant to be like a wedding or like a?
Oh no, it's just like a get together for. I think specifically Don Yates was sort of like throwing a shindig because he was elected new constant because you know now Arthur Edwards is he's just like the leader.
Yeah. By the way, you know, before the pandemic, that was all of our lives. We just would go to these like speakeasies and
ICA combat
bars.
Branded acts.
Yeah, I mean, this is life before 2020. This is what it was like. I know some of you are a little bit younger, but
this is 2016 life, baby.
Yeah.
So I never got to. So you might remember that in the when we were talking about something stupid, I don't even remember what it was.
There were flappers. It was called the Roaring Twenties, the whole millennium, because we thought the prosperity would last forever.
And I loved the flapper look.
That trend that we were that trend in our living memory. Yes, of course. And then there was that song we all played all the time, like
Well, I mean, that's
Blue
when I was
Skies,
born
I
back in
think.
the 20s because I'm the embodiment of economics.
Oh, of course, yes.
Out of the investment in the stock economy, I was able to coalesce a physical form.
The pre-New Deal, the Roaring 20s. Yes.
Yeah. People using loans to buy stocks. It's like it was the sort of thing that was like my baby formula.
And I think you also subsidize a lot of illegal like bootlegging purchases, but you got away with it, and then you
Hey, illegal economics is somebody else. I'm above the board stuff.
Well, you were pardoned, and I mean, eventually you got your kid in, the Kennedy fella, the Jack Kennedy. You got him elected, so it worked out. So no big deal.
Jackie
no harm,
Jackadin?
no harm, no foul. Yeah. Onassis.
I tried to put Jack and Kennedy together, and I came up with that. Anyway, there's like a secret tunnel and everything underneath this place. Also, yeah, you might remember let me finish the thought that I was talking about 5 minutes ago. I grabbed a bunch of stuff to fire off the cannon, but you can see why that's a bad idea. You cannot fire a cannon stealthily. But I wanted to do that since I didn't do it back in the Isle of Sagail. Anyway, and then you can also go into the underground tunnel that exists behind the big cask here and grab yourself a Metal Gear Solid 2 wetsuit if you so choose. Okay, there we go. I said all the things I need to.
Okay, it is really cool that they actually have like a vineyard where the door to get in is a huge barrel.
The funny thing is that I did actually do sneak when I was like scouting out the area trying to figure out how am I actually going to do any of this. I did find that, and I'm like, oh well, that probably just spills a bunch of wine on the ground and distracts people. Oh, I'm not going to do that then.
Yeah,
Not even
I have
knowing
to say,
that this is what it would do.
Given that there's basically no interior life to the Hitman, I have to say some of these environmental details really do tell you this story and really make him a character by themselves. Like, okay, you've got this, like, the cask of wine shaped lair is, I mean, that's a real, like, James Bond.
That leads
kind
into
of
the
detail.
Dracula basement. This is where he
It
addresses all the other Universal movie monsters. Your monthly meeting.
It feels like an elevated kind of reality, like where rich people are so rich that they just have their lairs with wine, like their doors. Just like they just made a big door that's fun like that. Like it's not like it's like a Simpsons episode or something with the evil wine magnate. Like, oh, the barrel door.
It leads right into the laundry room.
Yeah. I really should stop ending the tours with this.
All right, and yeah, this is also, hey, this is the first. I think this is the first time that I'm actually showing these wacky shortcut doors on screen. It's like, yeah, they like just explode apart when you open them. Why not?
This is like the Dark Souls shortcut thing.
Yeah, those are the Dark Souls shortcuts because you can tell because they're gigantic doors that have like caution sign locks on them that have them explode off, and they're like, it's incredibly unrealistically stupid, but whatever. Video game.
By the way, as a novice to all video games, is that only in Dark Souls 1, or do they do that in all of the other games, or is it kind of like
no, they in every one of the Dark Souls games, and it's not like having shortcuts or anything is a new thing in video games. It's just, I don't know, somehow Dark Souls became very iconic for it.
I think it's because they kind of started with the Metroid model, and just like it's in 3D.
Well, they wanted to have a big interconnected world. They even designed that. Like, no, you can't see me. I'm hiding.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't even.
You're bald. You're invisible to them. You might as well be dead
right.
to them. I mean, they don't care if you live or die. They don't expect you to do anything. It's the bigotry you live with.
Is that why everybody ignores me? They just don't want to acknowledge my existence because I'm bald? Wow.
Yeah, no one even believes. Yeah, no one even believes you can pull off the assassinations. It's not like they're dumb. I mean, they're coins. What do you think? Like, you think they're actually
what is this guy just throwing around coins? Just don't even look at him.
They're just humoring you. The fact that you're
but
really
I mean, but I do kill people. Yeah, sure you do, Hitman.
Sure you did. Yeah.
I mean, we all know that it was just it was just a faulty chandelier installation. But no, I did it. I was being very sneaky. Yeah, I bet you were.
I bet. All day. You're not even listening to me. What?
Oh, being a hitman is so hard.
Probably it's one of the hardest jobs, I think, in the world, because you never get the credit. And if you do,
can't.
you do a bad job.
People refuse to
because
give
you did
it
a bad job.
Well,
It's like
I
a
mean,
riddle.
hey, Hitman is a tragic story in a lot of ways. Man who just wants acknowledgement and can't get it. Also, he murders people, which means that he maybe doesn't deserve it, but still.
Who wants acknowledgement for all he does, but never wants the credit? The Hitman. It's the famous riddle of the Sphinx.
Yep.
What walks on disappointment in the morning, anger in the midday, and
Quiet resignment at night.
yes, quiet desperation.
That's the Hitman.
Oh, grape knife.
Yeah, you get a grape knife and you can actually harvest grapes. And there's like 40 different grapes that you can harvest in here. And you get like a little achievement for it. And you can also throw around the grapes, which I don't know why I did that, to be honest.
Can you only get it from the vine if you have a grape knife?
Well, I mean, you can. It's actually very easy to find it because you can hear them.
But you do need like a grape knife, right?
It's like the thing is, there's like a doo-wop that's coming out of every one of the grapes. But yeah, you can only harvest it with the knife. It's you can't harvest it with just a normal knife. It has to be the grape knife, you know.
I heard you need the grape knife.
I already made that reference.
Did you?
Claymation characters dancing around.
I was just. I mean, I heard it through the grapevine. How is that a claymation?
It's a California
thing?
Raisins commercial. How do you not remember that?
Thank you.
From the 80s.
Oh, they actually. Wait. They did a California Raisins commercial based on I heard it through the grapevine.
Yeah, they sang the song. Well,
Oh, I probably knew about that.
you're never going to be able to watch Family Guy if you don't have references like this.
Oh, see, I just thought of it. It seemed like an apt reference.
You can't claim that the California Raisins organization is going to be taking you to court.
I'll be going to California then. That's a Led Zeppelin reference. We'll just keep.
Okay.
I'll go.
I don't remember Led Zeppelin doing anything claymation. Did they? Maybe they were really inspired by Peter Gabriel.
Peter Gabriel, who post-dated them by about 15 years with that song. I think they had.
It's not like they stopped existing. Did they stop existing at that point?
I think they stopped the numbered albums in the 1970.
Yeah, but they
70.
still exist. When did they break up?
I mean,
We had to figure this out.
no.
When
we don't have to figure this
did
out.
Led Zeppelin break up before or after Peter Gabriel's Sledgehammer music video?
I mean, I thought that was on MTV, so it would have been 1985. And I think Led Zeppelin was at least doing albums until the late 70s, like Physical Graffiti, Houses of the Holy. Those were I think 75, 77. I could be.
When did Led Zeppelin break up?
I mean, I think they've also gotten back together. I know.
Oh, it was actually December 4th, 1980. 39 years ago. Wow.
Some say the 70s ended that day.
And
December
I'm also
4th,
looking at oh yeah, by the way, it's just Don Yates, of course, the partner of Ken Morgan, which I killed back in the Bangkok episode, you might remember. And of course, I guess probably as a reference to that, they brought back the stupid microphone again.
Oh, the poisoned microphone. Yes, of course.
Yes, the poisoned microphone.
It's got bad electricity.
It's got a bad reputation.
Why is it showing the microphone in the bottom right? Is that
Because I'm carrying
just
it. You can see it in Hitman's hands.
Oh, okay. Is there a assassination method where you go up to somebody and give it to them?
No. Specifically, what you do is you actually just replace the existing microphone with this one right here. Unfortunately, the reason why I didn't end up doing that was because, well, I had already completed the mission at this point. But also, it's in a very public place, and it's kind of hard to do that stealthily.
So, for just to clear this up, you've already completed the mission when you like started tangling with Diana, right? This is just a separate.
Oh yeah. And this is just stuff I included because it's like, man, there's an entire like,
Winery.
making facility around here that I felt like I need to show off. Unfortunately, the one thing that we missed was actually using the wine press to kill people, which is as gruesome as you might think. Anyway, let's watch Necessary Evil.
How did you know?
Your deal. That kind of power always comes with a price. What's yours?
I think you know. I am sorry. This is a necessary evil.
What have you done?
Ether brand's neurotoxin transfers by touch. See, Edwards learns by his mistakes, 47. And as you've clearly demonstrated, brute force is futile. It had to be me. It was the only way.
To get this close.
My family. I know what you did. After all these years, I finally know.
I am sorry.
You didn't have a choice. I did. Providence used you, but I'm no better. All I saw was a blank slate, a weapon to wield. I told myself it was what you needed, but people aren't meant to be controlled. This is a kindness. Goodbye, Agent.